Hello everyone, welcome to a new wandering in Cyprus. Today I'm gonna take you to see something that I've never seen, and it is one of the most atmospheric archaeological sites in Paphos, supposedly. It is called the Tombs of the Kings. The entrance is that way. Now, just a little note, these are not literal royal tombs, but as they are grand, mysterious and steeped in centuries of history, they have been named that way. So let's go and dig in. But not before we say hello to the guardian of the tombs. Meow, meow. He can't be bothered. Okay, let's go wander and explore. And we're in. As you can see, the entrance fee is €2.50. Now, just as the Paphos Archaeological Park, which I showed you in a different video, is the one with the mosaics and all, is stretching out on quite a vast territory, so is this one. So I have a lot of walking to do again today. Right, this is tomb number 1, and as it is the closest to the entrance, it's also continuously busy. I'm not getting to get in yet. I'm gonna try and tell you more about these things as I go along when there is less people around me. But just so we see it, let's go in. Wow, it is very tall. Much taller than I thought it is. They are all carved inside the stone. Sorry, I need to watch where I'm stepping as well because it's very uneven. There's different chambers. Separated by a wall from this one. So obviously they were for different people. And then one here. And another. And I'm gonna go out because there's too many people. Okay, another one there right at the entrance, and then there is these little cubbyhole type things. So that's where we were in, and I'm not sure which way to go. As always, when there's so many different paths to take, it's confusing. But I think I will continue down towards the sea and then see from there. Sorry about the matte filming. In the meantime, just want to tell you more about it. As I said at the very beginning, no kings are buried here. The tombs were built for high officials, aristocrats and distinguished persons, and most of this happened during the Hellenistic through to the Roman periods, roughly from the 4th century BC to the 3rd century AD. It's nice to see some lovely trees around. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be all over the site. My water bottle is dinging. Oh. Now this site as well is part of the broader Paphos UNESCO World Heritage Site. Pretty much most of Paphos is, because it's just full and full of history and ruins. Now, after they stopped using it, many centuries have passed, things have happened because they have been reused in one way or another, or they even had squatters living within them, but they are properly known of since the late 19th century and early 20th century, and some early work of digging and restoration started in the 1915s. But then as the two world wars happened, a more systematic archaeological survey and excavation took place from the late 1970s and 80s under the Cyprus Department of Antiquities. Okay, there's another one, but there's no inscriptions. Oh no, I was afraid that this is gonna happen. We'll just have to guess things as we go along. And it's quite sandy everywhere. I am regretting that I'm wearing sandals. This should have been a trainer day, but hey, it's fine, I'll manage. I'm gonna go back towards where I came from. I'm just waiting for that large group to move on. I always find it hard to film and talk to you when there's a ton of people around me. Until then, let's spend some time with guardian number 2. Hello, Pissy. It's time for some grooming. What a lovely sight with the sea and the sky in the background. Now there's more than 100 tombs, but the ones we can properly visit, I think there's about 7 of them. We'll see how it goes. There's some there, but I think this is tomb number 2. So let's go see it. Okay, this looks different. It says that this tomb has 2 construction phases, one during the Hellenistic period and one during the Roman. So they have added and changed some bits to it, but let's see it. Wow. So you could come down that way. Just trying to pan around. Finally people have left. And then the main entrance. And I need to check where I'm stepping because it's very uneven terrain. Yep, I think that's it. I am not going in. I assume that the supporting column was in there. You can see, I think maybe the edge of one. A smaller one. I don't think that really fits in here. But yeah, you can maybe imagine it for yourselves. That's interesting. You can go through it. You can see that the tombs are rock cut on the ground, carved out of the solid bedrock, and some chambers are deep, like we've seen, and some will be shallow. Let's have a quick pan around. Beautiful seas there. A ton of people. And then you can see a part of Paphos. Lovely plants. Okay, there's more down there. I am trying to decide which way to go yet again. Let's see it from here as well. There's more people visiting here than there were in the archaeological part the other day. I am starting to believe that people are more fascinated with death than they are with life, which is a bit There's a deep one there, but it doesn't have steps all the way down, so I am not even gonna attempt it. I struggle with steep stairs anyway, most times. Well, I know that this is one I want to see because I have watched a video about it, but as you can see there's a massive group, so I need to wait. I'll just try and tell you some other things about the tombs and how they were built. Most of them were built around an open air style, like they had an atrium, a courtyard, which was either square or rectangular, and ringed by porticos supported by columns or pillars, just like the one I want to show you. And the burial chambers, or locally, were carved into the walls of these porticos, just like we have seen. Okay, so this more beautiful one is tomb number 3. I just need to find the way down there. That's the other side of it. Okay, that's the way down. And I mean, the stairs are so steep, oh my goodness. Wow, this is really large. Look at that. Let's see the other entrance. Wow. This is the largest chamber I've seen so far. And that has that gap there to allow water. I'm thinking maybe was there a water basin here? Doric columns. Okay, let's try to see it all. Okay, I can see some moldy bits. Oops. Obviously we are by the sea. Oh, look at the top part. Decorations are lovely. There's another chamber on the exact opposite side. And 2 side chambers. And that. Okay, I think I showed it all to you. Oops. One more time. If I could only whiz the other folk out of here. But I shouldn't be that selfish. Huh? Just let's look at the rock that's carved into. It's absolutely fascinating. Time to go up these huge stairs. Okay, this one on the other side, I already showed you before I went down, is tomb number 4. And I don't see anyone down there. I don't think we can go into this one. It's similar to tomb 3. And imagine that this probably had a roof as well over it. But remember that Cyprus is prone to earthquakes, and many of them have been recorded over the centuries, destroying a lot of the island. And obviously it's always the buildings that will collapse. Oh, that's another one. I'm walking down this way. I think I'll give that one a miss. Let's see the others. It's getting really hot. Again, I came as early as it was possible, but we are at 28 now, and it's not even 11 o'clock, and it's rising. I'm not even sure how to show you. There's such large areas. There's a little Lizzie there. Oh, you're so fast. We want to see you. Can you see its colors blend in absolutely perfectly with the terrain? I've seen a few in the other archaeological park and I was so happy. Okay, off you go. Bye, little Lizzie. Okay, here's another large one. And I don't think that we can go down. Oh yes, you can. I just spotted people. Because I know not all of them can be visited on the inside. Now, some of the tombs imitate the layout of living houses, as you might have noticed. And as I said, I think the design includes entrances, atrium, porticos, steps that lead into different passages, and all of it was made in a way to give a sense that the dead were being accommodated in a house-like manner, if you will. Yeah, this is tomb number 5. I can see a part of a column there. I think this, they say this is the largest one. Okay, I'll try and go down. As much as I'm not gonna enjoy it. There. And let's continue on. Oh, the rock is interesting. It looks like Swiss cheese. Okay, there's an opening there. And wow, look at that. Well, this is definitely, and I'm repeating myself, the most Swiss cheese-like tomb of them all. I've not noticed the rock being this eroded at any of the other ones. It does look pretty though, but I have a suspicion that in time, and should there be any more earthquakes, this might collapse. Look, all of it is like that. One good thing here is that it is cooler. Oh, look. There's another chamber there. Oh, water bottle, shush. There's like a little tiny entrance there. And then there's this large one. Let's see it. Whoa. Woohoo! Anybody home? Imagine if something just roars back at me. Oh yeah. Okay. Trying to show you every single angle that I can. It is large. Yes, it's definitely the largest we've seen so far. Okay, let's climb back up. Just came out from under there. There's more. Now I read that some of the tombs likely had colorful frescoes as decorations on them. I've not spotted any such thing yet. Maybe there's some somewhere else. Let's include some green life as well. After all the death. And water. Now, some of the finds in the tombs include Rhodian amphorae, which were used mostly for burial offerings, pottery, lamps, fragments of frescoes, as I said, but not seen yet, and some other everyday life items. And these are useful because they help date the graves and also help us understand their burial customs. There. I think this might be tomb number 6. I'm not sure. Let's see it from this side as well. You can see a pretty piece of a column there. Oops. And there we go. I am not going into this one. I have limited time. I scheduled a whole host of things for today, so I need to stick to it. And there's quite a walk back. All I want is get in there into the shade. Yay! Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap it up as I walk back to the entrance / exit. Now, I hope you enjoyed this really bizarre wandering, but I do believe that here at the tombs of the kings, it's still quite a beautiful and also solemn place. And if you let it, it's kind of transporting you back to a time when the elite of the Paphos looked to the same horizons we see today. And they were preparing their tombs that would mirror their houses, believing maybe that life and death are not so far apart. I think it's a place where you can slow down if you don't need to rush. Like me, reflect and look for what remains. Architecture, stories, fragments of lives. So, thank you all for joining me for this wandering, and I wish you all a lovely day. Bye! And here's another one. Whoa. Okay, I don't think we can get in there. It looks quite... I can hear the cicadas in the background, besides the car noise. Okay. Tomb 7, I think. This one is closer to the road.